Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to From the Depths with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome back to the Nurglesrot, currently in the sandbox mode. It seems like every time I try to record one of these Halloween videos, I end up in the sandbox mode. So, off camera, I've been fairly busy trying to build a new ship. Originally, the plan was to build a smaller version of the Nurglesrot, probably made out of metal, so that we could use it as a good, cheap unit to attack the enemy, because the Nurglesrot, honestly speaking, isn't a very powerful ship. It's been built for its looks and for this really weird style, and nothing else. So of course I set about to try and build this ship, and then got very distracted, and, well, welcome to the Plaguebearer, a much larger version of the Nurglesrot. It's going to be a one-off, and it's going to be our capital ship for the season. It's not quite finished yet, as is normally the thing for me, but it is very, very powerful. Each one of these cannons is a little bit more powerful than each of the cannons of the Nurglesrot, and there are a lot of them. 2 rows on both sides, a lot of armor on the inside, and overall, it's an expensive hunk of wood. It's still not a particularly powerful ship, but since we are fighting enemies which aren't the most powerful designs, they've been built to be more block-heavy and look good, I felt we should do the same. So this is going to explode very easily, but should hopefully be very, very interesting in the campaign. It's a little bit too expensive for us to spawn in right now, but I will be spawning it in as soon as possible into the main campaign to push against the enemies. Before I forget, we do now also have this. This is the Rot Ray. This is a version of the Blood Ray which is faster, has far more missiles, and a much more powerful engine. Its AI is also set up so it will hopefully hover directly above the enemy, making a lot of cannon types completely useless. Consider it a really annoying fly, which is going to bite at the enemies and hopefully spread our diseases and plagues throughout the enemy fleets. Now that I can afford in the campaign, so let's finally get back into the campaign and push against the enemy. Hopefully we can attack one of these shadow portals very, very soon. Okay, here we are back in the campaign, so let's make some plans. At the moment, we know, or at least we can suspect, that the enemy shadow portals are in the 4 corners of the map, because that is where all of the attacks have came from. So what we should do is get our forces sorted. I can already almost afford another Nurglesrot, so I'm going to have 3 of those and send them off in this direction to hopefully find the enemy. Whilst they're on the way, and I'll do this as soon as we've finished with that resource zone, I will then hopefully be able to afford another one, which will act as a defender, because once I send those off, there's no way to defend our fortress. I will probably also make a couple of Rot Rays, which is really weird for me to say. Also, we are not harvesting that anywhere near fast enough, so let's see if I can hopefully speed that up. Resources, then of course the glorious material harvesters. I'll put these along the side here and simply remove them when we get moving. That should be faster. Actually, no, the material is still being fed faster. What's the speed in this one? The speed over here is 4, that over there is 2, and this one, if I click something else, is 10. Oh, okay, so we're really quickly harvesting it. It's just a matter of fact that the resource is going into the accessible very, very quickly. So I'll be right back once we have another Nurglesrot, and we go off to fight the enemies on their own turf. About 6 minutes later, as night descends upon us, and we now have 3 Nurglesrots. But I have encountered a little bit of a problem. I was about to start making ourselves some lovely Rot Rays. The problem with those is they are very, very fuel hungry, so at least one of these ships is going to have to be converted to hold a fuel refinery, and that is actually where the problem is. These things are completely full. There is almost no space on the underside, so if we do choose to add a fuel refinery anywhere, I'm going to have to remove something. So what I'm probably going to do to the one I'm currently on, which now has some repair tentacles on the inside as well, is remove the front turret, which I'm not really too happy with since this is our anti-air capability, but by doing this it means we can bring some air support wherever this fleet goes. Once I have the Plaguebearer built, that can easily hold several refineries because it has so much empty space on the inside. but for now, this poor Nurgle's Rot is going to be relegated to a bit of a support role. Well, it can still join in the combat, but it has lost a weapon. So this is where it's going to go, this section here. So, here is another problem. I have not added any air pumps to this ship. The reason being, it's made out of wood. It naturally floats. So this is really going to mess things up. And apparently it's flooding. Why is that oh. Maybe, just maybe, it's because there's a giant gaping hole in the top. Maybe that has something to do with the fact it's flooding. How about now? Okay, clearly something here is built wrong, so I'm going to have to patch up all the sections and find out where the hole is, and then I'll be right back once I've got a refinery working. Ah, glorious pollution. There we are, we now have a refinery fully functioning in the front of the ship, although the balance has been slightly messed up by the fact there's now an air pocket in the front, but not in the back. I've also had to add some extra wood around it, because if this thing does start to sink, I don't want the refinery instantly underwater. So that should be fine, and now if we put all these in the same group like so, when we make the rot ray and we add it to this group, we should be able to share fuel between the ships, which means this ship can constantly keep the other one stocked. So, okay, all is working, and the water has apparently cleared. Which way are we currently looking? I'm guessing that's the rocks we just came through. I think it is, so I'm going to spawn in a couple of rot rays, or at least one, to join us, and then we'll be getting into a few fights. Have you ever seen a more helpless looking craft before? Already we have found ourselves in a battle in the northeastern section of the map, going towards a named section, because I have a bit of a hunch that the Shadow Portal is located over here. And against us we have the Sweet Teeth, the Nuco Lantern, the Ghost Pirate Ship, and the Vlad. So these are the Sweet Teeths, of course, with their lovely sweet teeth, and this is the Ghost Pirate Ship, which looks really, really cool. Let's see how we can do. Well, the Nuco Lantern just detonated on the Ghost Pirate Ship, which was very, very helpful. Our missiles are now going in and missing for the most part. Will I see a broadside soon? Yes, there goes the broadside from our first Nurgle's Rot. I think it was aiming at the Vlad, mostly missing there. Guys, learn to aim. These missiles here are coming from the rays and are doing okay against the enemy. It's really hard to see what's going on here with so many very bright colours. The Ghost Pirate Ship has landed in the water, and there goes a broadside, being almost completely deflected. I may have forgot to put fuses in those weapons. Thankfully, the Sweet Teeth's missiles are missing for the most part. These are based off the original Blood Rays, so they are pretty good at dodging things like that. Oh, a nasty hit on the back of one of our Nurgle's Rots, sending it flying forwards. Thankfully, the Ghost Pirate Ship is, for the most part, down. It seems like perhaps it was its cannon that did all that damage. Yep, definitely. It doesn't shoot very frequently, but that is a lot of damage per shot. Ooh. Well, that looks pretty darn bad. How are you doing up there? You have successfully killed the Sweet Teeth. Okay, fantastic. Which means only the Ghost Pirate Ship remains. Oh, I didn't even realise it was meant to fly. I guess we must have took it down as soon as the fight started with those missiles. Well done, lads. Whoa, look how much resource we have. 51,000 already. Well, that is absolutely fantastic. That means we can already make 1.5 of the Nurgle's Rods back at the fortress. Next time, I'll try my best to get a better camera angle, because that was particularly bad, even for me, so I do apologise for that. Let's move forwards. And this is why having radars is very, very good. We have found the enemy shadow portal all the way here in the top right section of the map. The Ghost Ship's portal. but between us and that is a strength 86 and a strength 67. And a strength 59 if we so choose to go that way. So what I'm going to do is head on through here, thus hopefully going around the Dragon's Teeth rocks and fight them in this section here, then move over and try to fight the strength 86, possibly around this mountainous region, because it just looks really cool on the map. The first battle, we have the Crow, the thing I'm not going to try to pronounce, but thank you to everyone who explained exactly what this is and how to pronounce it in the previous video. We have a Bone Drake, and we have 2 ghost pirate ships, in addition to another Bone Drake I honestly didn't see until this moment. Begin. Missiles coming from all of our lovely fellows, and the Nurgle's Rot's broadside just missing the enemy ghost ship. Uh-oh, that is really, really bad. Well, I'm about to lose a Nurgle's Rot. I believe in you! Oh, we are being devoured by a Bone Drake, and they can actually repair each other. That is... wow. Thanks. That was really helpful. Okay, now we are the Flying Dutchman. Take that! I mean, it did get me away from the enemy eating me, but now we are going to land on it. That seems reasonable. What else is going on? So you are currently in the water and pretty much dead. The 2 Nurgles, the 2 Rotrais are over here fighting against one of the ghost ships, and the other ghost ship is there. Where is the Crow, which you really should have been focusing on, since I have no idea how that actually works. Ooh, we have lost a turret. The enemy ghost ship there, taking a broadside and several missiles. Still need to add fuses. Okay, that's pretty much dead. That's fantastic. Oh, our ships are taking a beating this time round. Certainly not as good as last time. Oh, one of the Bone Drakes is attached to the back of the ship and just took a massive hit, although we did have to sacrifice a lot of our life in return. And, yeah. Well done. One of the Nurgle's Rots is essentially dead there. Impossible to see everything that's going on with this mist. Another volley, this time coming from the pirate ship against our Nurgle's Rot. Taking a massive hit to the back, and the Nurgle's Rot is dead. I guess that's what happens when you try to build ships to be explosive. Wow, that pirate ship is actually beating up the Nurgle's Rot something fierce. I think we may lose this one. Honestly speaking, we may lose this battle. No, both of the Rotrais are still there, just one is slightly damaged. Let's move over to the damaged one to help out with the healing. Here they are, circling above this lovely ship, and it's flipped over. So well done to the Rotrais. You are the only thing actually surviving this battle. Two damaged, fantastic. One of the ghost ships is going down. Hopefully it will self-destruct soon. You are meant to be ignoring salvage. Why are you aiming at this? It's dead. And now it's completely dead. Oh, that Nurgle's Rot there is taking so much damage from the ghost pirate ship, which is now AI dead in the middle of the air. Okay, if we are really lucky, we could get close enough to capture that, but I very much doubt it. Come on. Closer, closer. No! No! Yes! No? Maybe. Did I capture it? I did! I mean, it's still self-destructed, but we have the blueprints. Take that! Wow, I did not expect that to happen. Oh no, we don't have the blueprints. Or do we? I'm really not sure. No, we don't. We definitely captured it for a moment, but we don't have the blueprints, and I'm not going to go into the base files to pull it up, which we could have done. Either way, though, well done to the Rotrais, which apparently hard-countered those enemies, which seem to have no anti-air capability. And once again, sorry for being a terrible cameraman. It's so hard to see what's going on in such spaced out battles. Can I have a break with the weather, please? You know I can't change it in the campaign, but this is ridiculous when trying to look at a fight. So against us, we have the Tombstone, the Cauldron, we have 2 Nuko Lanterns, 1 Sweet Teeth, 1 Khorne Cruiser, and a Bone Drake. So the Cauldron is instantly my most feared opponent, and apparently the Khorne is on the mountain, but I can't see a mountain. What's going on with that? I have no idea. In fact, I can hardly see anything, so I have no idea about anything ever right now, so hopefully this will go okay. There's the mountain, hello! Well, that's going to be a problem for you, isn't it? Okay, so weird spawning in there, probably because I paused time. Let's see if the Bone Drake's going to hit the side. Yes, it is! Welcome to the mountain. So much lag from so much physical contact right now. There's the first volley from our Nurgle's Rot, sadly missing for the most part. We're okay in the air, and is everything else going okay? Yes, it is. One of the Bone Drakes has indeed met with the Nurgle's Rot. The Cruiser is actually firing as well from the mountain. It's so hard to see what's going on right now. Please stop firing against the Cruiser. It's stuck on the rocks. Great, they are actually firing at the Cruiser, and this is getting awfully close to the ground as well. Please focus on that. That is absolutely terrifying. Thank you. Aye, dead. I'm hoping that's from the enemy. Yes, it is. Thankfully, the Bone Drake was killed whilst on board. In fact, that means we can grab that. So, where's the Bone Drake? It's that way. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Did I get it? Did I get it? Did I get it? It should have been mine. Is it mine? Yes, it is. And in that, then, I will quickly despawn that. Or I can... No, I can't despawn it, but I can scrap it. Okay, scrap it for now. Yes. But I will keep the blueprint. There we are. So now we do have a Bone Drake. Missiles airborne. Both the Rots still doing fine in the air. And there's the broadside, hitting the face of the enemy Tombstone. They are repairing each other. Okay, they're repairing each other. That is terrifying. But if we can keep its missile system offline, which is right where those are going... What did you hit? Is there shields this far out? Because you just detonated, unless you have an anti-cram cannon thing, an anti-munition. Come on, keep going, that's it. If we can keep its missile system offline, which is its main weapon, we can just keep on doing damage to it and farming resource. And farm resource. Why am I talking so weirdly today? I am in a really weird mood again, it seems. Ooh, it is airborne, and we now have 70,000 resource. Yep, just keep on hitting that block spam vehicle, and we'll keep on raking in the resource. That's fine by me. So much armor on the front. That thing's face is just... Wow, it's even got heavy armor on the inside. Well done, Rays. The Rays make for great distractions, it seems. The Pumpkin is now dying, the Cauldron is now dying, rather, leaving the Tombstone all alone. Although one of my vehicles is about to ram into them. The funny thing is, I even set up some land detection on that thing, and apparently it wasn't good enough. Oh, some self-harm there! Some missiles from the Nurgle's Rot just detonated on the Rot Ray. I need to rename that. The name's just too difficult for me to say. The Cruiser's still alive, by the way. I think capturing that would be a kindness at this stage. Let's jump on to our Rot Ray, which is currently going down into the water. And let's go and get ourselves a Cruiser. The Tombstone has just died, so let's turn off all of these. So you can start... Oh no, it's too damaged! I turned it off too late! No! Even if I reach it, it won't auto-capture. Well, bugger. We could have had a true Khorne Cruiser there, but apparently not. Okay, everything back on. We've lost one Nurgle's Rot. One of the Nurgle's Rot simply died, and one of the Rot Rays is badly damaged, so that will be quite a bit in repairs. But on the upside, we have now got the Bone Drake blueprint, so what we could do is replicate that and send several Bone Drakes against the Ghost Portal. Yeah, I think we should do that. However, I don't know how much these cost, so perhaps doing that was a terrible idea. Sadly, the Bone Drakes turn out to be incredibly expensive, so here we are with 2 Bone Drakes versus the Shadow Portal, which apparently has a missile launcher on the top, some weird-looking tinted glass, I guess, as the portal itself, and then a lot of armor on the side, which is just an armored room by the looks of things, with some AI perhaps, and then an underwater launcher as well. Okay then, begin! Oh, I didn't even realise the Bone Drakes had harpoons. Hello, Shadow Portal. Meet the Bone Drakes. You made them. Did you really just get knocked out? Come on, if you can kill a Nurgle's Rot, you can kill a stationary building. Does it actually have no other weaponry? Oh. Okay. Did you just hurt each other, or was that missiles underwater? Or torpedoes, I guess. Well, that went worse than expected. Hello, missiles! I think the Shadow Portal is going to win. I was going to capture it, but I feel like that would be disrespectful, considering it might win against both of these. Really, guys? You can kill a Nurgle's Rot. You can't... You're both too damaged. That was something, alright. Well, that was a waste of resources. Let's go in with our actual designs. Against the Shadow Portal, using only the Nurgle's Rot, not using the Rays. Let's finish this off. And there go the broadsides. And the missile's doing a little bit of damage as well. And the enemy is already too damaged. The broadside's happily finishing it off. The missiles really don't do too much damage. It's just the fact that they're guaranteed damage. That's the only reason why they're so effective. There we are. Now we are in the dark. We have... What? What? Really, though? Oh, that's actually a resource zone. Oh, it's an infinite resource zone. Fantastic, which means now that should hopefully cripple the enemy. Yes, indeed, they have a weaker economy, as they do share the economy. So, let's put all of these over there. Let's repair them, and let's begin to harvest this. So this group here, the Nurgle's Rots, will permanently stay over here, and I'm going to send the Rot Rays home. Now, this isn't your screen going weird. It is literally currently this dark. So with that, I'm afraid I am all out of time for today's episode. If you have enjoyed, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments. God damn it. Never mind. Let's do this battle with 2 Rot Rays. Against that, a Bone Drake, the Crow, and a Nuco Lantern. The lesson learned here, of course, is if you are rushing around, don't do it while the screen is completely black, because you can't see the tiles you're going into.
Taking control.
Okay, it's changing colour. Wow, the Crow actually has quite a few missiles, and the nuke has detonated on the enemy team. The Bone Drake is now AI dead thanks to the missiles. The 2 Rot Rays are doing well, except for one of them crashing into the corpse of the enemy Bone Drake and then being shot to death. It's okay though, the Crow then crashes into the corpse of that. Look at that! That's glorious! Oh, wow. Even in death, we are powerful. And the crow is dead. That was fantastic. You may be the boogeyman, but you will be defeated. Is that the last enemy? Okay, good. This does have surprisingly good armor. And as you can see, the missiles themselves are quite weak. This is where they've been hitting. It's just the fact that the designs we're fighting against at the moment are made for looks, not for actual combat ability on the most part. Not saying that some of them aren't terrifying, just that they can be a little bit explosive. Which I have tried to do myself. Even these things are very, very volatile. I wonder if I can land on one. Let's go on to our Ray, the one that's still currently alive. Can I bug out of here again, please? That would be fantastic. Okay, where is it? It's over there. We should get within 20 meters of it if this is going correctly. Go! And let's let go of our boots like so. So now our physics are only our own, not the Ray's. And I'm somewhat close.
Turning off.
Allow that to crash into the water. Hello. Let's do some surgery. Okay, we're inside. So where would the AI be? Incoming loud noises. Is that it? Well, if it's not, it's still being destroyed. Yep, there we go. We now have this lovely witch on our side as well. What? How did you land there? Oh, for the love of... Everyone, the Rot Ray. Probably one of the weirdest flyers I've made in a long time. And of course, this thing. Yep, just let this face be the end of the episode, because I think that's how I feel at the moment. I'm a bit too tired, as you can probably tell, mixing up words even more than usual. So with that, I'm afraid I am out of time for today's episode. If you have enjoyed, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that From the Depths is a series you wish to see continued in the future. In the next episode, I will be spawning in the Plague Bearer, and hopefully, this series will come to an end somewhat soon. We've already got 1/4 of the way, and we know we can defeat most of the enemies. This was a fun campaign, but mostly a quick one. So thank you, and goodbye.